The Mariana Islands are home to a wealth of natural and cultural resources. In its role as a responsible steward of the environment, the United States military strives to protect the unique resources of the Mariana Islands while still achieving its mission to provide realistic training critical to the readiness and safety of military personnel. The military has developed a number of environmental and cultural stewardship programs to achieve both of these goals. One of the ways the military protects the environment is by protecting threatened and endangered species that are present in areas managed by the military. Protecting sensitive species is a priority for the military to both sustain the training mission and to comply with local and federal environmental laws. Scientists conduct research, survey areas, and monitor for endangered species during training to help in their recovery. The military has several programs in the Mariana Islands to help protect endangered green and hawksbill sea turtles. Adult sea turtles found on Guam typically migrate from their foraging grounds, primarily in the Philippines and Japan, to mate and nest on Guam's beaches. At Taragi Beach on Andersen Air Force Base, Natural Resources staff monitor for turtles that come ashore to build nests and lay their eggs, survey the beach several times a week to locate nests, and count how many turtles have successfully hatched. Biologists monitor the turtles' nesting habits to determine how successful and productive their area is for turtle hatchings. Since the program's inception, biologists have observed an increase in numbers of turtle nests. Through long-term monitoring, biologists will be able to collect baseline data to predict nesting trends, identify threats, and implement appropriate management actions.
If we continue to prevent any unnatural harm or disturbances to the sea turtles, we may see them more often in the future.
The military also takes measures to protect nests from litter or other debris that may harm sea turtles. Using informative beach signs, brochures, and a mural of sea turtles, the military raises public awareness of how their recreational activities may affect sensitive species.
The outreach component to the Sea Turtle Project has made a difference with the public, especially the local families and with the airmen's families here at Taragi Beach, where we have a lot of people camping and swimming. We put up the sign and we think it's really made a difference.
The military monitors beaches and takes protective measures prior to conducting training exercises if sea turtles and their nests are encountered. The Navy works with other agencies and local governments to study, monitor, and protect these long-lived marine species. Scientists from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Pacific Islands Fisheries Science Center, who are authorized to capture and handle the turtles, work in partnership with the Navy to conduct valuable field research. This research leads to a better understanding of sea turtles, including their population levels, home ranges, and habitat use, and how these factors may overlap in areas where naval activities occur.
The collaborative nature of the project with NOAA Fisheries, the Navy, and the local governments is to understand the population status and trends. And so together in this collaboration, we're conducting island-wide surveys, looking at presence, absence of turtles. That's just question number one. Question number two is density. So we do in-water transects for capture, mark, recapture. And that allows us to start answering questions of abundance and relative abundance. Are there more turtles on different parts of Guam, Tinian, or Saipan? And then getting at the status or the trend, which is over time in a long-term ecological project, we're able to understand, are these animals increasing, the population increasing or decreasing?
State-of-the-art scientific methods and technologies are used to monitor and track sea turtles' activity in the Mariana Islands. To better understand species development, scientists use a method called capture, mark, recapture, in which a turtle is captured, measured, and marked with a unique identifier. When a turtle is recaptured, scientists can identify the turtle from the mark and take measurements again to see the turtle's growth over time. Scientists also affix satellite global positioning system, or GPS tags, with epoxy to the shells of turtles to track the spatial distribution, depth, and temperature profiles of tagged turtles. In addition to sea turtles, the military has a number of programs in place to protect and help to recover other threatened and endangered species.
We do have endangered and protected and threatened species in the waters around Guam, and biodiversity and is something that we try to achieve. It maintains a healthy relationship between us and our marine environment.
In 2014, Joint Region Marianas started a marine monitoring project and conducted surveys of 20 sites in the waters around Naval Base Guam and Andersen Air Force Base, looking at coral richness, fish biodiversity, and mobile invertebrates.
Intending to continue this survey periodically so we can look at the trends over time. How are the corals reacting with all the different impacts from climate change? So in order to be good environmental stewards, the Navy needs to look at what stressors we can help manage on the coral reef ecosystem.
The military also collaborates with Government of Guam to help in the recovery of native birds. The presence of the invasive brown tree snake on Guam has led to the departure or extinction of 10 of the 12 native bird species present on the island. Scientists at Andersen Air Force Base are trying to support bird recovery efforts by encouraging birds to use protective nesting boxes that prevent brown tree snakes from entering the nests and eating the eggs. Reaching out to and educating military personnel, their families, and the public about threatened and endangered species, including why it's important to protect them and what to do or not to do if they encounter an invasive or endangered species, are critical steps in species protection. In addition to unique natural resources, the Mariana Islands also have a rich cultural history with a wealth of cultural resources and historic sites. The military has programs to protect cultural and historic resources, including ancient Chamorro, Spanish era, and World War II sites. When possible, the public is encouraged to visit many of these sites so they can appreciate the history of the islands.
I think it's quite important that we not only preserve these sites, but also make them known to the public. If we lose all of these, we've lost an important element of our history.
At Apra Harbor on Naval Base Guam, there are more than 30 cultural and historic resources that are submerged under the water, such as shipwrecks, planes, and other historic infrastructure. The military is responsible for the stewardship of these submerged historic resources that are important to the people and history of Guam, the United States, and the world. To sustain its training mission, the United States military will continue to be a leader in protecting and preserving the sensitive natural and precious cultural resources of the Mariana Islands, now and for future generations.